Hello.
When you think about you know everything you've been through the last 5 years, when you think about COVID and the injuries that you've had, and obviously the time you took away from the sport, what's it like to come back here? Is there a certain level of comfort coming here?
For sure. I mean, I grew up on these courts, so being back always brings nostalgic feelings. Yeah, regarding the past 5 years, definitely not the easiest career, I would say. But I've been counting my blessings even through the hard times, and that's honestly what's gotten me to the point of not wanting, as harsh as it sounds, quit the sport because it was very brutal at some point. But just having that faith, yeah, really helped me stay in the game. And coming back here definitely helps with my mental health because I get to see all of you and all the amazing fans, my family and friends in the crowd always makes me smile. So it's amazing.
Making it to that final, is that a little bit of a confidence boost for you?
On the grass. Yeah, definitely. After coming back from 10 months, I mean, it definitely showed a lot at where my game is and where I can also improve. But just knowing that I got to the finals after just one tournament, I mean, it shows a lot. So it definitely gave me confidence for sure.
Hey Bianca, you added JT Nishimura. He was your hitting partner before, and now I think you bumped him up to your coach. What did you see in him during your time working together? Because you guys have obviously been working together for quite some time now. That made you think he'd be a good fit for you as your coach?
A lot, to be honest. I'm not gonna flatter him too much because it's gonna get to his head. I know him. No, I'm kidding. But he's just great. He's super humble, very respectful, and we got along well. Our connection is there on and off the court. It's not really, of course, he's my coach, but there's no leader, let's say, in our team. It's like everybody's an equal. We're having great conversations on the court. It's not like, I'm telling him what to do or he's telling me what to do. I know this is his first role on the professional circuit as a coach, basically. And he's taking it very, very well. And I've trusted him in everything, to be honest. He's one of the most trustworthy people. And so I'm very grateful. And it's been working really well. So I'm very happy with it.
Hey, Bianca. In terms of, I know the WTA is doing these fit check things, and you're a big NBA fan. I'm curious, is it feasible at all for tennis to embrace that in the way that most other professional sports do, of the whole, showing off your fashion sense and everything when you go into for matches and stuff? I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I actually did the first one right before coming here. I think it's really cool. It gives a different vibe. Obviously, we are athletes, but at the end of the day, we also, we have a personality outside of the court, and we're human at the end of the day. So I guess showcasing more of that obviously helps. And I definitely think it's feasible. It just has to be obviously set up right and at the right time. And I mean, today was perfect timing for me, so I'm glad I did it.
Bianca, you've talked a lot obviously about mental health and the importance of that, and you've talked about meditation as one of your strategies for that. I'm wondering, in the past 5 years or so, has there anything you've done to change your sort of approach to mental health, or are there any changes you've undertaken in the past year that might help you in this tournament and moving forward?
Mm-hmm. I definitely was always a big meditator. But I've been taking it to the next level with that. I thought I was good, but I'm slowly learning that I can obviously get better at it. And it's been helping tremendously. I have, how should I say this, like different techniques and different timings of certain meditations. For instance, like I'll never do the same one. And I kind of go based on how I feel, whether it's like a manifestation meditation or more of a, staying grounded, being in the present moment meditation. So I think that's one of the main things. And it's helped, obviously, tremendously with my mental health. I feel like I'm taking challenges, like I mentioned, as a blessing in disguise. Just staying positive. I mean, it's very cliche, but that's what it is. The more positive thoughts you have, the more positivity you attract, and vice versa with negative emotions. So I think, yeah, that's the main thing.
Hey, Bianca. I know it's one thing to quiet the inner voice that is maybe saying all of these things about your ability and where you're in your career, but also it's another thing to quiet the critics. So having already accomplished so much at a very young age, how have you dealt with kind of the weight of expectation and also the pressure that comes with trying to, I guess, live up to that level of success and replicating that success? And how do you deal with all of the naysayers, for example, who have a lot to say about everything that you've been through in the last 5 years?
Yeah, regarding the naysayers, I just have to remind myself there's never going to be a world where everyone's is going to like you. But then there is also a world where I have so many amazing supporters. So I try to focus more on the positive. So yeah, my supporters. But also the naysayers, they definitely motivate me because, yeah, it's like you gotta prove them wrong in a way. And regarding social media, that's more of the toughest part because, yeah, sometimes I also want to look at what people say about me, obviously, and then you see 10 great things, and then there's always that one person that says something bad, and it just ruins your whole day. Sometimes it's obviously hard to get away from that, but I try to stay away from looking at those as much as possible. That also helps. But yeah, does that answer your question? I feel like I was going in circles. Oh yeah, the pressure. For me, what matters the most is what I think about myself. And for me, I've defined success as being happy in your own skin and being your most authentic self. So that's what I'm trying to portray as much as I can on and off the court, on social media. And yeah, if people don't like it, I don't really give a shit anymore. I mean, before it was definitely more, I guess it affected me more. But now, yeah, I feel really confident in myself, and I think that's been the main thing to obviously help with pressure as well, because I know there's always going to be pressure, whether it's from other people or the pressure I put on myself. But the pressure I put on myself now is more of a just do your best type of thing, win or lose. Obviously I want to win, but the universe doesn't work like that. So I'm just trusting in divine timing. I've been saying that a lot, so yeah.
Just follow up a little bit. You were talking about the negativity and stuff online, but when you come here and you're in front of the fans here, there's still a lot. You're still a fan favorite with everybody. What's it like? I mean, coming here, I'm sure this is probably the spot where you have your biggest fan base.
Definitely, and it doesn't go unnoticed. A lot of people came to watch my practice yesterday, and I made sure to stay after my practice to, talk to them, sign autographs and stuff, just interact with it because it really means a lot. Especially with, I guess, knowing that there's so many naysayers, to really appreciate the amazing people in my life has been one of my main goals. And yeah, I'm continuing to do it, and it feels great. I love giving back, even if it's just a little interaction. Yeah, it makes my heart full. So being here, I have more of an opportunity to do that, let's say. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
Bianca, I'm curious, how much you're paying attention to, the Olympics writ large, not just, the tennis at the Olympics, only because in the context of, the mental health journeys and things like that, seeing Simone Biles and, all these athletes who've also been as vocal about the importance of it, having to take, step away, struggling and things like that. Everyone has their own journey, but how much inspiration do you take from, I guess, other people's kind of mental health journeys, and what do you see when you see stories like that?
Yeah, it helps in the way where I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only person dealing with something like that, and having people, athletes, speak up about it will only help the situation, not only for us athletes, but for other people as well. So having people, speak up about it, I think bringing awareness to it, and it's being talked about more, which is amazing. And yeah, we're all human at the end of the day. That's what I think is very important for people to realize. We're all struggling with something. Life wouldn't be so amazing if we wouldn't have challenges, right? Because the good times wouldn't be as great, I guess. So yeah, it's great. I love seeing that. I mean, I love seeing that. Obviously, I don't want people to suffer, right? But it's nice to know that I'm not alone and people really speak up about it.
I think one of the things JT has been emphasizing is trying to find a balance between aggression and creativity. So how does that work for you to try to find, whether going for the simple shot or, if there's such situations, call for creativity? 'Cause that's been a part of
Yeah.
like what made your game, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the main thing. That that angers me, to be honest, because I know it's always going to be a work in progress. I just have to realize that because for sure I strive for perfection, but I do have to realize my game isn't meant to be perfect, because I do have all of these variations that I can use on the court. Yeah, whether it's drop shot, slice, whatever. So for me, the main thing now, and he's helping me tremendously with it, is learning to follow my intuition. That's the main driver of, I guess, making the best decision at the best time. And that obviously gets clouded with emotions when you're in the middle of a match. So it's just, again, with consistency, with playing more matches, I think it's only going to get better. Haven't had much of that. So, I mean, I'm doing super well since my comeback, so I'm hoping to just keep that up, basically. Thanks, guys.